wanna blow, you just wanna blow.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Vinyltreasures. I'm your host, Johnny G, John Galindo, coming to you live this Thursday afternoon for the All 78 show. We're here from 3 to 6. Maybe we'll finish a little bit earlier today. I thought it was going to be late today on this March 20th, 2025, but I had a heart ultrasound echogram, I think it's called, is what it is. And they're not going to tell you anything on the I had to lay on my side, and they kind of put this gel on, and you hear your heart and whatnot when it's rested. So it's a lot. She was telling me, she was really nice, the gal. A lot of people are doing it to get like a baseline. I mean, due to the fact that my family had heart issues going way back, it's probably a good thing to do. And she said he's going to call me, and he's a good doctor too, this cardiologist. He's going to probably call me in a couple days and tell me whatever the findings are. Then I have to go for that calcium test, is another one, which is another good test to rule out a lot of things. And then from the results of those tests, then we'll see if I can do the stress test. But I don't know about that, because I will try that. But anyway, welcome to the Vinyltreasure Show. I am your host, Johnny G. If you're new to the program, those of you tuned in, please consider subscribing. This is my second show of the week. We had a great soul show yesterday, although after 3 hours, the AI police, artificial intelligence police, they shut me down, which was terrible, after a while, because when there's too many copyright issues that come up, it doesn't happen with the 78 show at all, because these records are so old, but with the 60s, and I didn't play a lot of hits yesterday. So, and again, they posted it, which I lose half my audience. That's the problem. Half the audience leaves when they do that, and I think it's defeating to the show, and it's upsetting to a lot of the listeners. They have emailed me, and they told me that, but listen, it's the platform I'm on. At least they let me get through with 3 hours of uninterrupted stuff, so that's a good thing. And not that I care about, listen, I know that AI is good for some things, but I had somebody call here yesterday for my parents. Her name was Rachel, okay? So she calls me and she says she wants to speak to my mother. And I'm like, well, can I take a message because she can't come to the phone? She goes, no, I have to speak. I said, is this a real person? I asked her, I said, are you a real person? Because you don't sound real to me. And she said, oh, I am Rachel, your AI assistant. I said, on a service job, you are my AI assistant? Well, how about if I give you a reply you have no answer to, which is what I'm going to do. I said, I don't like your voice, first of all, because it doesn't sound right, and you're trying to be too kind, and you have no emotion. I'm a very emotional speaker, but I was not happy with her. And she called again. She had to speak to my mother, and she had to answer these questions because I have to register. Hockle did something. I don't know what the hell she did, but I have to register as an official aide to my parents, and they can't talk to me. They have to talk to my brother. They can't talk to me because I'm taking care of them. But I was like, I want to speak to a real person. I don't want to speak. Listen, if I was going to go order a milkshake or something and you go and you tell the artificial, you got 3 selections, but for a response, I just had to say that because I was pissed. I was pissed, and I'm still going to be pissed. But anyway, we opened up with a great instrumental. I don't even know if I have this on a 45. Alto and tenor saxophonist from Cottrell, North Carolina. He was born December 18th of 1918. He would relocate to Boston in 1946, joining the Sabby Lewis and his orchestra. And then he would then relocate to New York City, signing with Sid Nathan's, he signed with Sid Nathan's Federal record label in 1952, had 7 releases. This was his 5th release. His name, Johnny Tyler and his orchestra, and that's a tune he wrote there from July 55, called Fool 'em Devil is the name of that one on Sid Nathan's Federal record label. I'm sorry, Jimmy Tyler. If I said Johnny, that is wrong. Jimmy Tyler. It must be the ultrasound to my head. Jimmy Tyler and his orchestra, Fool 'em Devil, is our opener from July 1955. So got some really eclectic selections today. Some standards and some rare 78s also. I got some blues 78s. We're going to open up with a blues tune right now. And how many have a washboard? Does anybody have a washboard? I've never used a washboard. I've seen one. But did you know they were instruments at one time? And it brings us to our first record here, first 78. It's a real oldie that dates back to 1938. This singer, born July 15th, 1910, as Robert Clifford Brown, but he recorded as Washboard Sam, and because he played a washboard, which was considered a percussion instrument. Of course, it was also used as had a rib metal surface and used to wash clothes, a cleaning device, I guess we can call it. But he signed with Bluebird Records back in 1935, and now this included Washboard Sam playing the washboard and also on vocals. Big Bill Brunzi, he was on guitar. Bob Hudson on piano, and an unknown tenor sax player. Now this was recorded June 16th of 1938 at the Leland Hotel in Aurora, Illinois, and it came out on the Bluebird label. Let's go to September of 1938 for Washboard Sam and his washboard band on Bluebird Records. It's called Cruel Treatment.
sweet man, is it cause of my downfall? Good sweet man, is it cause of my downfall? Any hard-headed woman, you is the cause of it all. Bad whiskey, caused my woman to cheat on me. Bad whiskey, caused my woman to cheat on me. She mistreated me for her old time used to be. Hey, boy. She gambled, yes, she gambled, and it was against my will. She gambled, yes, she gambled, and it was against my will. And it was gambling that got this poor woman killed. I'm in trouble, yes, I'm in trouble, although you hear me sing. I'm in trouble, although you hear me sing. 'Cause she got a new baby and a new way of shaking that thing.
Hey, when was the last time you heard that tune there from September 1938, going way back? My father was 7 years old when that came out. My mother was 2 years old when that came out. Washboard Sam and his Washboard Band on the Bluebird record label. Cruel Treatment is the name of the tune. Johnny G not giving you cruel treatment for a Thursday afternoon. If you like what you're hearing, please give me a thumbs up. Let us continue here. And here is one from 1939. We moved to 1939. This group from Indianapolis, Indiana, talking about the Ink Spots, first recorded for the RCA record label with their first two releases, but then they signed with Decca Records in 1936. This is the group's 12th release for the Decca label. Now, this tune first done by Lil Hardin Armstrong, and back in 1936, she was the wife of Louis Armstrong at the time and wrote it with Don Ray. Let's give a spin to this version as done by the Ink Spots. It features Deke Watson on lead for this one. June 1939, the Ink Spots on the Decca record banner. It's called Just for a Thrill.
Just for a thrill, you change your sunshine to rain. Just for a thrill, you gave my heart a pain. To me you were my pride and joy, but to you I was only a toy, a plaything, just to toss around at will. Oh, Baba Doo, baby, just for a thrill. You know you did me wrong, just for a thrill. You made my life one sad song, but now you're free and you're having your fun. Deep down in my heart, you're the only one. Just for a thrill, you made my heart stand still. ba bo dee doo 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 ba doo, baby, for a thrill. You know you did me wrong, just for a thrill. You made my life one sad song. Oh, baby, but now you're free, having your fun. Deep down in my heart, you're the only one, just for a thrill. You made my heart stand still.
There you go. That's June 1939 release there for the Ink Spots. Deke Watson on lead for that one. The Ink Spots on the Decca record label, Just for a Thrill, is the name of the tune that Pat McLaughlin says that also covered by the Five Keys. Johnny G here on a Thursday, your Thursday afternoon fill of early 78s out of the collection. I can't get rid of this show, folks. I can't do it. Too many people like this show. Let us continue. Let's move all the way up to 1945 now with this group that got together at Langston University in Oklahoma. This is actually a request. This was on Casey Hines' list. If you have a list of records that you like to hear, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. I can't promise all the time I have the 78s, because if you're going to request 1950s 78s, it's a 90% chance I have them on 45, or higher than that, more like a 98% I have them on 45, unless they're really ultra rare. There is one later on that that comes on a 40. Well, there's a couple that I do not have, but this one doesn't come on a 45. This group from Oklahoma, they signed with Decca Records back in 1940. This is their 20th release. This song dates back to December of 1929, first done by McKinney's Cotton Pickers with a vocal by Donald Redman. That was on the Victor label. Let's give a spin to this version as done by the Delta Rhythm Boys, and with the Gulf Coast Five providing the instrumentation. This is we'll send this one out to Casey Hines in Paris, February 1945. The Delta Rhythm Boys on Decca, and their rendition of the tune Gee, Ain't I Good to You? The Delta Rhythm Boys.
What makes you treat me the way that you do? Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? There's nothing too good for a girl that's true. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Bought you a fur coat for Christmas and a diamond ring, a brand new car and everything. Oh, what makes you treat me the way that you do? Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? What makes you treat me the way you do? Baby, ain't I good to you? And you know there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do for a girl that's good and true. Baby, ain't I good to you? Walk, walk. I bought you a mink coat for Christmas and a diamond ring. Great big Cadillac car, all full of gas, 4 new tires and everything. What makes you treat me the way you do? Baby, ain't I good to you? What makes you treat me the way that you do? Baby, ain't I good to you? So good to you.
Yeah, I like that tune there. That one there going out to listener Casey Hines in Paris there, February 1945 release there for the Delta Rhythm Boys. Delta Rhythm Boys on the Decca record label, their rendition of, it doesn't have baby in it. He sings baby, but it says on the label, G, Ain't I Good to You is the name of the tune. Ain't Johnny G good to you on a Thursday? If I am, please give me a thumbs up if you enjoy what you're hearing. Our second show of the week as we continue here. And let's move into 1946 now. Another group that I have been featuring quite frequently here on the All 78 show. They're called the Charioteers. And I'll have another one later on from them in 1953, a pretty cool record they do. But lead singer Billy Williams already left the group. But here is their 36th release on the Columbia label. I'm including their OK releases also in that. So Columbia and OK releases together. Now, this song is from the 1946 motion picture Three Little Girls in Blue. This features Billy Williams on lead from August 1946. Here are the Charioteers on the Columbia label. It's called You Make Me Feel So Young, the Charioteers.
You make me feel so young. You make me feel so spring has sprung. And every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual. The moment that you speak, I want to go and play hide and seek. I want to go and bounce the moon just like a toy balloon. You and I are just like a couple of tots running across a meadow, picking up lots of forget-me-not. You make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and a wonderful fling to be flung.
And even when I'm old and gray,
Even when I'm old and gray,
I'm gonna feel the way I do
today, 'cause you make me feel so young. And I are just like a couple of tots running across a meadow, picking up lots of forget-me-nots. You make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and a wonderful fling to be flung. And even when I'm old and gray, I'm gonna feel the way I do today, 'cause you make me feel so young.
There you you go, August 1946 release there for the Charioteers. The Charioteers there with Billy Williams on lead on the Columbia label. You Make Me Feel So Young. I mean, I don't know about that anymore. I feel so old. Maybe the music makes you feel young. I don't know if those of you that remember these tunes back then. These are really too early for Johnny G, but I know some of you that have collected this music are familiar with a lot of these records. But it's always good. Remember, this is not only is this an entertaining show, this is an educational show. So that's what you should be tuning in, because a lot of guys could just play the records, but you need to know a little bit of the history about the groups. I think it's good, and I think it keeps the memory of these people that are no longer with us alive. As you wouldn't have the music of today. I don't want to call it great music of today, because I think I told you my last record that I purchased was Taylor Dane. Tell It to My Heart. That was the last 45 I bought in a record store, legitimately, of stuff that was out on the radio, because I would listen to the radio on the way to work. But I was always a collector, not so much of the 1940s vocal group stuff, but I have gathered it through the years, and I'm glad I did. And plus other dealers exposed me to it, like Spence Wooten really did a lot as far as the 78s go, because he would get them from Lou Haggis, I guess his leftover 78s, and he would bring them here, and I would listen to them. And they were cheap. They weren't expensive. I mean, I didn't mind paying, $5 or $10 for a 78, especially if it was clean. So anyway, but they're a pain. I'm telling you, they're a pain to deal with. They're heavy. I have to be careful for my knees. I have to lug them up here from the no humidity basement. So it's a chore, and to file them back, it is a pain. So I have like boxes along the side here. I need some elves to come over here. Where is Darren? Darren, you have to come over here and help me file the 78s. But anyway, so let us continue here. As you know, some of that 78 played pretty nice. Columbia was mostly good with their shellac, but not all the labels were. Like this record here, Joe Davis used recycled vinyl, because during the war it was difficult to get the right materials to manufacture these 78s. So the recycled vinyl sounds horrible. Same thing with the 45s also. The records that get sent back to the companies, they would melt them down and mix, and the quality is just terrible, so you hear it in the play. But let us stay with one more out of 1946. This is actually a flip side from the last 78 show. I do this show every 2 weeks because it takes me a while to prepare for it. That's the reason. Now, I featured the 5 Red Caps with their first on the Davis label. It was called Seems Like Old Times, which was the intended A-side of that single, released in March of 1946. And at this time, the five Red Caps included Romaine Brown, Stephen A. Gibson, Emmett Matthews, David Patillo, and Jimmy Springs. And this tune here that I'm featuring was first done by Peggy Lee. She did it in July of 1945. It was from the Columbia picture. If you saw this picture, I did not. Tars and Spars. So anyway, but this features Jimmy Spriggs on lead from March of 1945. Let's give a listen to the 5 Red Caps on Davis Records. It's called I'm Glad I Waited for You. The 5 Red Caps.
I'm glad I waited for you. But then what else could I do? Yes, there were 1 or 2 I used to date with. but they always knew I use them to wait with. I'm glad I waited for you. I'm glad my heart waited too. That favorite dream of mine has just come true. I'm glad I waited for you.
Honey, I'm glad I waited for you. But then, what else could I do? You see, that little one or two that I used to date with, but they always knew I used them to wait with.
I'm glad I waited for you. I'm glad my heart waited too. That favorite dream of mine has just come true. I'm glad I waited for you.
Yeah, that plays rough, folks, but there you go. That's recycled shellac, we'll call it. March 1946 release there, the Five Red Caps. Jimmy Springs on lead, the Five Red Caps on the Davis label. I'm glad I waited for you. Sometimes Johnny G used to be really late here, and many of you listeners waited around, so I appreciate that. I do. And also your kind comments in the chat room. I mean, it's good. This is music is the great unifier, I think. Really, it is. And maybe, a lot of people might not like some of these early sounds, but really you have to appreciate the talents of these musicians and singers, really, because it wasn't that easy. And remember, as I don't want to call it primitive sounding, the way with the simple sounding, because it's different with all the bells and whistles and things that they have here. But this is the true sound, how it was back then in those days. Now let's move to 1947 now. Now, we just heard from the Five Red Caps on the Davis label. In late 1945, I should say in late 1946, they would sign with Mercury Records, and this was their third release on the Mercury label, so we kind of got two in a row by them. But they recorded this at their first session for Mercury from December 12th of 1946. They were now known as Steve Gibson and the Red Caps. Now, this side features the lead of Romaine Brown, and it's actually mentioned on the label. This is from May of 1947 now. Steve Gibson and the Red Caps, a twin spin here, but this is on the Mercury label. It's called Jack, You're Dead. Steve Gibson and the Red Caps.
When you got no more insurance than a great big hunk of land, if you don't respond to romance, Jack, you're dead. When a chick is smiling at you, even though there's nothing said, if you stand there like a statue, Jack, you're dead. You've been always kicking, but you stubbed your toes when you up and kicks the bucket, just like old man Moe's. When you get no kicks from loving and you blow your top in bed, it's a fact that you ain't living. Jack, you're dead. When you just ain't got nobody since you've gone and lost your head. Rigor mortis got you daddy. Jack, you're dead. What's the use of having muscle when your life hangs by a thread? If you got no red corpuscles, so Jack, you're dead. If you can't get with her, Papa, when the band comes on, comes on. If you just ain't got no rhythm, oh man, you're really gone. Now you can't get any further when the news begins to spread. All the cats will holler murder. Jack, you're dead. There you are standing on the corner. You ain't heard a word I said. I hear you breathing, but Jack, you're dead.
There you go, May 1947 release there for Steve Gibson and the Red Caps. That's Romaine Brown on lead for that one on the Mercury record label, their third release for Mercury. It's called Jack, You're Dead. No, we ain't dead yet. So as long as we are alive, we will continue to listen to this music as we continue in 1947. Here's a flip side from the last 78 show. It's by the Basin Street Boys, featured their ninth release on Leon Renee's exclusive label, was called Near to You. Here's the flip side, written by the label owner Leon Renee. Interesting that the group doesn't come in till midway through the song, which was common back in the day here. And it opens up with featuring the Lucky Thompson Orchestra. Then they come in about halfway through. Let's go to September of 1947 for the Basin Street Boys on the exclusive record label. It's out of California. It's called You're Mine Forever, the Basin Street Boys.
Storm and rain, you're mine forever. Might as well remain. You're mine forever. Not for only a moment or two, but forever I'll always love you. If you went away
could never say how much I want you. Always together, we'll never part. You're mine forever, forever, sweetheart.
Well, this is this is going to be very difficult to do the show because I can't hear what I'm playing. I got to go get my headphones. Maybe I can hear it, but you guys and gals can hear me, right? But I can't hear how I sound. But anyway, let me go see if I can get the headphones here because I can't hear what I'm saying or what I'm just talking here. So anyway, so we just heard the Basin Street Boys there from September 1947 on the exclusive record label, song entitled You're Mine Forever. You heard that Lucky Thompson Orchestra in the beginning, then the group came in after that. But anyway, let us continue here, 1948, and how about a spiritual 78 now? This came out on Leon Renee's. We had this is also on the exclusive label, so we'll say there's a twin spin on the exclusive record label. This group had about 10 releases on the label. This is their fourth release. Now, the group included Joseph Floyd, Thomas Hines, Jimmy Smith, and Caleb Ginyard. Collectively, they were known as the Dixie Airs. Now, this song written by the lead singer here. Let's go to November of 1948 for the Dixie Airs on the exclusive record label. It's called Will the Circle Be Unbroken?
Well, will the family circle here be unbroken over there? Will the circle be unbroken in the sky, in the sky? Will the family circle here be unbroken over there? Will the circle be unbroken by and by, by and by? Now will the circle be unbroken? Now will the circle be unbroken by and by, by and by? Will the circle be unbroken? Now will the circle be unbroken by and by, by and by? I have a mother and a father, sister and a brother too. I have friends and other relations, well, whom I used to know. Well, they're sitting down in heaven, just waiting there for me. Now when they call a family reunion, I'll be there, I'll be there. Yes, I'll be there. My mother there. Oh, I'll be there. My father there. Now when they call a family reunion, I'll be there, I'll be there. Well, the family has parted, will it reunite someday? Now when they call a family reunion, I'll be there, I'll be there. Well, one by one the seats were empty, one by one they passed away. One or two were left facing on that facing judgment day. Well, the circle will be mended when our work on earth is ended. Now when they call a family reunion, I'll be there, I'll be there. Yes, I'll be there. My mother there. Lord, I'll be there. My father there. Now when they call a family reunion, I'll be there, I'll be there. Well, the family has parted, will it reunite someday? Now when they call a family reunion, I'll be there, I'll be there.
Geez, the problem is I can't hear when the record ends. I'm playing these records in silence, as you guys say. You got to bear with me, as I don't even know where I put my headphones here, but I might have to find the headphones. But I can't because I got to go down. I think they're downstairs. I don't know, folks. I don't know what to tell you, but anyway, there you go. That is those are the Dixie Airs there. Khalib Ginyard on lead, November 1948 release on the exclusive record label Will the Circle Be Unbroken is the name of the tune. I guess this is old school disc. I just can't hear the music. I can't hear myself. So I don't know how good that I don't know what to tell you, folks, but let us continue here, and we are in the year 1948, and here's another flip side from the last 78 show by a group from Memphis, Tennessee. They were the Beale Street Boys, featured the B-side of their third of four on the MGM record label, the song called Home. But this is the intended A-side. Now, this song was reviewed by Billboard, stating muffled effect of lead warblers. Did I say that right? Warblers vocal detracts from a pleasant tune. Deficiency is in the recording, not the performers. So there you go. Billboard kind of rated them poorly because of the recording of this. So let's give it a spin. I can't hear it. But anyways, from September 1948, the Beale Street Boys. This is the intended A-side. It's called Wait'll I Get You in My Dreams Tonight. The Beale Street Boys.
Oh, you're playing hard to get. Not even a good night kiss. Okay. Wait till I get you in my dreams tonight. Only in dreams seem to treat me right. Wait till I put my arms around you. You'll see. Betcha you'll be sorry you were mean to me. I'm gonna hurry home and go to sleep. I've got a date I just can't wait to keep. I'll get the kissing I've been missing till morning early light. Wait till I get you in my dreams tonight. I take you to a movie. You pick the last row, but all you want to do is sit and watch the picture show. And when we are moonlight walking, all you want to do is walk. Even in your parlor, all we do is sit and talk. I take you home and it's not too late. You know I want to stay. But you just pet me on my cheek and send me on my way. But tonight, I know just what I'm gonna do. And baby, will I show you a thing or two. I'm going right to bed and give myself a break because I can't get nowhere with you when I'm awake. Wait till I get you in my dreams tonight, tonight. Only in dreams it seems to treat me right, me right. Wait till I put my arms around you, you'll see. Betcha you'll be sorry you were mean to me. I'm gonna hurry home and go to sleep, to sleep. I've got a date I just can't wait to keep, to keep. I'll get the kissing I've been missing till morning early light. Wait till I get you in my dreams tonight. Baby, get you in my dreams tonight. I really mean it. Get you in my dreams tonight. Don't say I didn't warn you.
can't even see when the record ends here, folks. I'm really, Johnny G really going ad hoc here. And I got to watch my levels here so I can't hear if there's distortion or anything. But anyway, there you go. That's the sound of the Beale Street Boys, September 1948 release. It's on the MGM record label. It's called Wait Till I Get You in My Dreams is the name of the tune. But let us continue here on the All 78 show. And up next, a singer born Benjamin Joseph Jackson in Cleveland, Ohio. Now, you know him as Bull Moose Jackson. He played sax for bandleader Lucky Melinder, where he got the name Bull Moose for his appearance. He began singing when he had to fill in for Wynonie Harris. Now, Melinder was instrumental with him signing with Sid Nathans in 1945, first recording for Nathan's Queen label, then moved to the King label. But this 78 that I'm featuring is on the MGM label. This was his first of two. Now, I'm guessing that MGM purchased 4 masters from the Super Disc label, as this particular song was first released in December of 1947, and the flip side of this was his second release on that Super Disc label. It was called Moose on the Loose, which I think I might play on the next show. But both sides written by Sally Nix, who was married to Lucky Melinder, and wrote a number of songs for Bull Moose Jackson. So let's go to July of 1948. From what I remember, this had very interesting lyrics, so listen closely. Bull Moose Jackson and his orchestra on the MGM record label. The song is called Memphis Gal.
I've got a gal in Memphis, that's where I long to be. I've got a gal in Memphis, Tennessee. She ain't no bathing beauty, but she's alright with me. I gotta go to Memphis so I can be beside her. I've got a gal in Memphis, I wanna be beside her. I said beside her. I love that big fat woman, 'cause she's my easy rider, easy rider. I've got a gal in Chattanooga, a gal in Knoxville too, but they can't do what my gal in Memphis can do. She looks like a bear, got hair everywhere. Her name is Judy, she's got loads of booty. That's why I long to be with my gal in Memphis, Tennessee.
Hey, did I shut that off in time, folks? I'm looking at the record. But there you go. That's Bull Moose Jackson and his orchestra there from July 1948. It's on the MGM record label. Memphis Gal is the name of the tune. There you go. 2 MGMs in a row, a double play. But let us continue. And we are in the year 1949 now. Let's move to 1949. As one of the many groups that I've been featuring here on the All 78 show. This is one of the other groups. They're known as the Ravens, the Great Ravens, especially their national 78s. They had 21 in all, and I think all of them on a 78 except a 1, and which I do have on a 45, their rendition of Count Every Star. But here is their 15th release on the national label, written by the bass of the group, Jimmy Ricks, and he's also on lead. Let's go to July of 1949 for the sound of the Ravens. The Ravens on national records. Yes, I am spinning blind here. Darren, I am totally going blind. Well, I'm not blind, not yet, but I can't hear what I'm playing or hear what I'm saying. I'm just trying to watch the levels, so it's not a good thing for me. But these are the Ravens. Either way, Jimmy Ricks, the bass lead. It's called Careless Love.
Well, it's love, oh love, oh careless love. Yes, it's love, oh love, oh careless love. Well, it's love, oh love, oh careless love. Baby, can't you see what careless love has done? Yes, it caused me to weep and it caused me to mourn. Well, it caused me to weep and it caused me to mourn. Yes, it caused me to weep, caused me to mourn, caused me to lose my happy home. Well, it's love, love, oh love, oh careless love. Love, 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 careless love. See what careless love has done. Cause me to weep, cause me to mourn, baby, and it caused me to leave my happy home. Well, it's love, careless love. Yes, it's love, love, oh, careless love. Cause me to weep and mourn, to lose my happy home. Since you left me, baby, I'm all alone, sitting here by the telephone. I'm through, baby, with careless love.
Johnny G going by sight here on those records there. But anyway, there you go. The great sound of the bass lead there of Mr. Jimmy Ricks. Jimmy Ricks and the Ravens there, July 1949 release on the national record label. Careless Love is the name of the tune. Johnny G not being careless here on a Thursday afternoon. Thank you all for tuning into the program. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Click that bell to get notifications. I do this 78 show every other week. I will not be on next week, but I'll be back on Saturday at 9 p.m. for the 50s and early 60s edition. So if you have a request, you can send it to me at Vinyltreasure at AOL.com. That is the contact number. Let's move into the year 1950 now with this singer from Cleveland, Ohio, known for his high natural contralto voice. His real name was James Victor Scott. Now, his unusual singing voice was due to the Kalman syndrome. It's a rare genetic disorder that limited his height to 4 feet 11 inches until the age of 37, when he grew another 8 inches. And this syndrome prevented him from reaching classic puberty, thus leaving him with a high voice. Now, he joined the Lionel Hampton Band as a vocalist. Now, Lionel gave him his nickname, called him Little Jimmy Scott. First recording in late 1949, but here is his debut single on the Roost label, which would later become Royal Roost Records. Now, this tune written by Howard Biggs and Rudy Toombs. Let's go to June of 1950 for Little Jimmy Scott. Little Jimmy Scott on the Roost label. It's called Why Do You Cry? Little Jimmy Scott.
Why do you cry? You're the one who said goodbye. Should there be tears, you'll find them in my eyes. You said you found someone new, and they made your dreams come true. Was that someone you found took your heart and broke it right in two? Why do you cry? Please don't waste your tears on me. Tears in your eyes don't need my sympathy. No, I still love only you. My Lord, you'll always be. So dry your eyes and smile for me. So dry your eyes and smile for me.
Johnny G's got to watch the needle as it ends at the end of the record there. That is Little Jimmy Scott. I like that tune. That's a nice ballad there, June 1950, with that high voice. Really. Why Do You Cry is the name of the tune. This is on Roost Records, which would become Royal Roost Records. Was it Jack Hook, I think? That was he was part owner of this label. He was a good friend of Alan Freed. Johnny G here on a Thursday as we continue here. Let's move into into 1951 now for this gal born Melinda Helen Matthews in New Orleans, Louisiana. Now, she was discovered at age 11 by Mahalia Jackson. She joined the Southern Harp Spiritual Singers in 1938, and she was with them for about 10 years till she headed out to California, began performing at the Slim Jenkins nightclub out in Oakland, California, where she met up with Johnny Otis and Little Esther Phillips when he came up with her stage name and called her Linda Hopkins, and she became a vocalist together with the others that recorded with the Johnny Otis Orchestra. Now, her first two singles were on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records. Of course, the Johnny Otis band, they get the Johnny Otis Orchestra gets top billing, but let's give a listen to her second release. This was recorded January 10th, 1951, released in August of that year. A song written by band leader Johnny Otis. Let's go to August 1951 for Miss Linda Hopkins. Linda Hopkins on Savoy Records. It's called I'll Ask My Heart. Linda Hopkins.
Without you, I don't think love can kill, but still I'll ask my heart. I'd live right on, burdened with the weight. There's a cure, but just to be sure, I'll ask my heart. I'll say, now heart, what have you got to say? Will I live or die? If my baby said goodbye, someday I may not be thrilled by the sight of you, but till then, what am I to do? I'll ask my heart. I'll say, now heart, what have you got to say? Will I live or die? If my baby say goodbye, someday I may not be thrilled by the sight of you, but till then, what am I to do? I'll ask my heart.
There you go. Whoops. There you go. That's the sound of Linda Hopkins. Linda Hopkins from August 1951 there, and that's on the Savoy record label. See it now? I hear... I have my phone, and it's a little bit delayed here, so I don't know if you can hear my phone, but at least I can hear the music a little bit, but it's kind of crazy. But there you go, August 1951 release on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy record label. That's Linda Hopkins' I'll Ask My Heart is the name of the tune. Let's stay in the year 1951 now. And another group that I often feature here on the All 78 show are the Orioles, a great group out of Baltimore, Maryland. And sometime, though, in March of 1951, now lead singer Sonny Till recorded a couple of solo tunes. And according to Marv Goldberg, the Orioles were not entirely absent. Ralph Williams, he was there on guitar, and Johnny Reed played the organ. But why did he decide to sing solo? I guess because many of the fans wanted to hear him do something on his own, and so I guess he decided to try it. He wanted to feel, let me do something without the group. Was here, I want to try it, and he did. So the group was really okay with that. So Jubilee put out a couple of releases. Here's one from August 51. Jerry Blaine's Jubilee Records. This is a Sonny Till solo. It's called I Never Knew, parentheses, I Couldn't Love Anybody. This is Sonny Till.
I never knew I could love anybody, honey, baby, like I'm loving you. I couldn't realize what a pair of pretty eyes and your baby smile could do. I can't eat, honey, I can't sleep. I never knew a single soul could be so sweet, and I never knew I could love anybody. Oh, honey, baby, like I'm loving you. I can't eat, baby, I can't sleep. I never knew a single soul could be so sweet, and I never knew I could love anybody. Like I'm loving you.
They wait till the last drop there for that one. There you go. That's the great Sonny Till, a solo issue by Sonny Till from August 1951. That's on the Jubilee record label, Jerry Blaine's Jubilee Records. I Never Knew, parentheses, I Could Love anybody. Hopefully, lots of you listeners are hearing a lot of these tunes for the first time, and you're enjoying these tunes. If you are, please give me a thumbs up. Also, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel as we continue here. We are in the year 1951. Now, the Ink Spots recorded a number of tunes with the great Ella Fitzgerald. This one was recorded December 10th of 1950. Now, Decca released it in February of 51. It features Bill Kenny and Ella Fitzgerald, a duet with those two, and then the Ink Spots come in. Now, the tune written by Don Reed. He was a Canadian big band leader and singer for Xavier Cugat's band, and the other writer, Dick Manning. He was a Russian-born songwriter, moved to the U.S. when he was 6. Now, his name was... his name was Sam Medoff. Well, I guess Dick Manning, born in the U.S., his name was Sam. Why did I write that? That makes no sense. Had a radio program in the 1940s. Well, I guess that was his stage name, Sam Medoff. He had a radio program in the 40s called Sam Medoff and his Yiddish Swing Orchestra. And then he would change his name to Dick Manning back in 1948. This is February of 51, though. Ella Fitzgerald and the Ink Spots on Decca Records. It's called I Still Feel the Same About You.
I don't know how it happened, I don't know who's to blame. I don't know how I hurt you, but I hurt you just the same. And even though you say we're through, I still feel the same about you. Somebody must have told you the story that you heard, that I had found another love, but don't believe a word. And though you break my heart in two, I still feel the same about you. There's two sides to every story, as different as night and day. There's two sides to every story. Please hear what I have to say. No matter what has happened, no matter who's to blame, there'll never be another who can make me feel the same. So please believe that I've been true. I still feel the same about you. I feel the same, but still I don't know how it happened. I don't know who's to blame. I don't know how I hurt you, but I hurt you just the same. And even though you say we're through, I still feel the same about you. Somebody must have told you the story that you heard, that I had found another love, but don't believe a word. And though you break my heart in two, I still feel the same about you. There's two sides to every story, as different as night and day. There's two sides to every story. Please hear what I have to say. No matter what has happened, no matter who's to blame, there'll never be another who can make me feel the same. So please believe that I've been true, and please feel the same about me, 'cause I still feel the same about you, about you, about you.
That's Ella Fitzgerald along with Bill Kenny and the Ink Spots there. February 1951 release on the Decca record banner. It's called I Still Feel the Same About You. Hopefully you feel the same about Johnny G on a Thursday. So thank you all for being here as we continue. We are in the year 1951. This next singer hails from Leland, Mississippi. His real name was Obie Vernell Scott, but he recorded as Jimmy Grissom. Now, he was the nephew of singer Dan Grissom. Now, Jimmy, first recording for the Miltone label back in 1947. Other releases followed on Swing Time and Modern and MGM. Now, in 1950, he signed with John Dolphin's Recorded in Hollywood label, had 4 releases on the label. This is his first, as we go to January of 1951 for Mr. Jimmy Grissom. Jimmy Grissom on Recorded in Hollywood. It's called Once There Lived a Fool. Jimmy Grissom.
Once there lived a fool, many moons ago. He was such a fool. Ask me, I should know. I still remember the way he would cry each time you said goodbye and walked in the rain, almost insane. But please don't ask me why. Once there lived a fool, but as wise men say, even fools in love, they'll wake up one day. There's no more sadness, no tears in his eyes. I'm so glad he's free. Once there lived a fool, and that fool was me. Once there lived a fool, and that fool was
There you go, the mellow sound there of Jimmy Grissom, January 1951. That's his first of 4 on John Dolphin's Recorded in Hollywood. Once There Lived a Fool. Johnny G ain't no fool, although my so it is my amplifier. That is the thing that's why I only had one speaker, but it was sounding great with that one speaker until all of a sudden the sound went. So that's what was going bad here. Finally figured it out. But let us continue here as we move into the year 1952. Now we heard from Billy Williams earlier in the show as lead of the Charioteers, but in 1950 he left the group to form the Billy Williams Quartet. They signed with MGM Records to have 12 releases on the label. Let's give a listen to their 8th release. Now, this was the title of a 1951 comedy western. If anybody ever saw that western, starring Fred MacMurray and Dorothy McGuire and Howard Keel. This is with the Ray Charles Singers. It features Billy Williams on lead. This is from January 1952. Let's give a listen to the Billy Williams. Is it Williams? It's with an S. Charlene, I have a typo there, so if you can put an S, that would be great. Billy Williams Quartet on the MGM record label. It's called Callaway Went That Away.
Hey, where's Callaway?
Callaway went that away.
Well, I once had a pal, his name was Callaway. The two-timing pal, he stole my Galloway. Ask every woman, every man in Santa Fe.
What did they say?
Callaway went that away. So I rode through the valley neath a hazy moon. I came around the mountain like a crazy loon. I asked everybody in the old Snake Bite Saloon.
What did they say?
Callaway went that away. Well, I cut across from Albatross to Indian Dip.
From Alamo to Broken Bow, he gave it the slip.
From San Jose to Monterey, wherever I rode,
He had me buffalo.
oh, the whole population down in Santa Fe, they told me that Callaway went that away. I kept a looking till my bones were old and bent.
But he never found out what away Callaway went. Oh, I asked all the cattle in the old corral. I asked all the doggies, have you seen my pal? Asked all the horses on the streets of Santa Fe.
What did they name?
Callaway went that away.
So I looked up the relative of Dan McGrew. I talked to the lady who is known as Lou. Asked everybody in the Dewdrop Dead Cafe.
What did they say?
Callaway went that away.
Oh, I cut across from Albatross to Indian Dip. From Alamo to Broken Bow, he gave me the slip. From San Jose to Monterey, wherever I rode, he had me buffalo. The whole population down in Santa Fe, they told me the Callaway went that away.
I kept a looking till my bones were old and bent. But I never found out
But he never found out
what away Callaway went.
what away Callaway went.
No, I never found out.
No, he never found out
What away Callaway went.
what away Callaway went.
Callaway. Rootin' tootin' highfalutin' looking for trouble, double shooting, rootin' tootin' highfalutin' looking for trouble, double shooting. Hey! He went that away.
Whoa! Bang!
There you go, sounding so. The shellac was a lot better by 1952. The records were played, and that's why these. Well, if they're not used, they're going to sound pretty decent here. But there you go. That's the Billy Williams Quartet there, with Billy Williams on lead. January 52. Callaway Went That Away from that motion picture there on the MGM record label. Let us continue here in the year 1952. Now, this gal born March 21st of 1921 in Minjo Junction, Ohio. Now, she grew up singing in her local church choir. She was mentored by a blind gospel singer, Professor Harold Boggs, before winning an audition to become vocalist with Sonny Thompson's orchestra. She would eventually marry Sonny Thompson. Now, her real name was Lula McClelland, but she recorded as Lula Reed. Now, this is her debut release on Sid Nathan's King record label. It's a tune written by Henry Glover. Let's go to November of 1952 for Miss Lula Reed. Lula Reed on the King record label. It's called Let Me Be Your Love, Lula Reed.
If you let me be your love, hold me dearest in your heart, then it's yours I'll be forever, promising keeper of your flame. As long as there's stars above you, I'll always love you just the same. I love you just the same. We'll be together in all kinds of weather, through the bitter and the sweet. I'm not lying when I say I'll be trying to make your life complete. I swear I love you if you let me be your love. Be a sweetheart, not your friend. When you're here beside me, your love will guide me till the end. When you're here beside me, your love will guide me till the
There you go there. That is Lula Reed. Lula Reed from November 1952 on Sid Nathan's King record label. Let Me Be Your Love is the name of the tune. We are in the year 1952 here. Let's go to Harlem, New York for this next group. They had 3 releases on the Atlantic record label. This is the group's debut single. They recorded this on October 29th of 1952. And let's send this one out to both Frank and Jerry Gingaro, and also I think Julian McCroy likes this tune. Now, I think Julian mentioned to me that this is a different cut from the Atlantic single. I don't know. Big Dave Swinger, do you know? Or if anybody knows, please type it in the chat room, because I have this on a 40. Actually, I have 2 copies on a 40 on the yellow Atlantic 45, but I also had the 78. Remember, I got a bunch of 78s from Glenn Fousel. He used to work for Louis Sylvan. He was the computer guy. He's since unfortunately passed away. But I traded 3 Beatle LPs, and he wanted my Beatles versus the Four Seasons LP without the poster. I'll gladly trade you those LPs. I think with Tony Sheridan and the Beatles, and I think their second LP. I'll gladly trade you those LPs for about 378s is what it turned out to be, and a lot of store stock, nice store stock. This was in there from December of 1952. It features the great Harold Sonny Wright on lead, going out to Frank and Jerry Gingaro and Julia McCroy. The Diamonds on Atlantic. It's called A Beggar for Your Kisses. The Diamonds.
I'm standing at your door, and all I'm waiting for is just a little sympathy. I'm just a beggar for your kisses, a beggar for your kisses. Can't you spare a little love for me? My heart is patched and torn, my pride's a little worn. Oh, where's your generosity? I'm just a beggar for your kisses, a beggar for your kisses. Can't you spare a little love for me? Now I don't ask for all your love, a little insignificant bit would do. Yes, it would mean so much to me. Although I know it means nothing to you, you have so much to give. I don't need much to live, or do it just for charity. I'm just a beggar for your kisses, a beggar for your kisses. Can't you spare a little love for me? I don't ask for all of your love. A little insignificant it would do. It would mean so much to me. For all I know, it means nothing to you. You have so much to give. I don't need much to live, or do it just for charity. I'm just a beggar for your kisses, a beggar for your kisses. Can't you spare a little love for me?
I got to do it by sight now. So there you go. That December 1952. That's the debut single for the Diamonds on the Atlantic record label. That is Harold Sonny Wright on lead, A Beggar for Your Kisses, and that's a favorite tune of Frank and Jerry Gingaro there. We'll also send it out to Julian McCroy. Now, I mentioned that to Glenn Fousel, what happened was with him, I used to go, Louis Silvani had a store in Dobbs Ferry, New York. I forget when it was. So I would go there every Saturday because that was only like 10 minutes away. I would go there. Glenn would be, and it was set up. He didn't have many 45s. He tried to have them on the wall there, but people would walk in with records and whatnot. Had a bunch of LPs, and Louis would never be there. But I would go there with my Kreider book. Now, when did the silver book come out? You know, the small silver Kreider book. So I'd go there, and I'd be at the counter, and he would be at the PC, and I'd just go through the book. We would, so I'd say, "What do you got on Federal?" And he'd read off. Well, he got a VG Plus of the Dominoes for $125. So I'd check in the book, and I'd say, "Well, wait a minute. It's listed in here for $50. What are you selling it for $125? Well, did you find it?" And so I would decide. And so then what would happen is on Thursday, Greg Zurich was working for Louis at the time. So he would go to the warehouse in the Bronx and bring the records up. I would meet a bunch of people there, and it was late because I was working in White Plains for Transamerica at the time, Transamerica Leasing. I was an accountant there. So I'd go there before and they were up late, whatever. And I remember Louis wanted to talk to me. He said, "I need to talk to Johnny because he purchased the Ebb Tides on Teen." So I said, "He wants to talk to me?" He goes, "Yeah, Louis wants to talk to you about that." So he was like, "Well, that's a great record, Johnny." I thought it was cool. It was the first time speaking to Louis. But I used to go there, and Glenn said, "Do you have any Beatles records?" So I said, "Well, what do you mean, like 45s?" Or he goes, "No, LPs. I'm looking for Beatle LPs. My top one is a Beatles versus the Four Seasons." I said, "Well, I have that." Not letting him know that I paid 5 cents for that LP at a church sale. I remember I was there early. I was looking for 45s, but they had LPs. I'm like, "How much are these LPs?" "Oh, they're 5 cents a piece." So I took them all. There were 3 Beatles LPs in there, and they were in nice shape. So I said, "Well, look, I have these 3 Beatle records if you're interested." He goes, "Well, would you like to have some 78s?" And I said, "Well, what are they?" He said, "Well, they're group records, and they're store stock. I picked them up from a record store down in Maryland." I said, "Okay." So I went over his house, and he had all these 78s on Rama and Federal and Deluxe and King, and Atlantic. And so I said, well, okay. I says, I'll do the trade. He goes, well, I want a little bit of money too. I says, okay. I says, what do you want? He goes, well, give me $300 too. I says, all right, I'll give you $300 and the 3 LPs. So it cost me $300.15 for 378s. So, and that was one of the 78s that was in there. And I don't know, I used to go every Saturday, and I used to get records, and I used to meet Greg. Who did I meet there? He's from Washingtonville, New York. Steve Bennett. Does anybody know Steve Bennett? And if he's still around? Because I did trades with Steve Bennett. He wanted teen records for vocal group records. I haven't heard from him in a while, so I don't know what happened to him. But I was in touch with him for a while. But anyway, I digress. Let us continue here. And we are in the year 1952. Now, I featured this gal on the last 78 show, Esther Mae Jones, a.k.a. Little Esther, on Sid Nathan's Federal label, played her 8th of 15 releases on the Federal label. It was called Aged and Mellow. Now let's give a spin to the flip side before it goes back down in the No Humidity basement. I think this was the intended A-side. This tune written by Johnny Otis and Rick Darnell. Now, she was 16 years old when she recorded this back in January of 1952. Let's go to May of 1952 for Little Esther on the Federal label. It's called Bring My Lovin' Back to Me. This is Little Esther.
I've got the blues down to my shoes. I'm worried over you, don't know what to do, I'm so confused. I'm in need of sympathy, baby, bring my loving back to me. Won't you come back to my shack? I'll treat you right, love you every night, I'm so alone. I'm in need of sympathy, baby, bring my love back to me. And you cast my loving aside. I can't go on without you, but I want you by my side. I've got the blues down to my shoes. I'm in need of sympathy, baby, bring my loving back to me.
There you go. That's 16-year-old Little Esther there, May 1952. That's on the federal record label. Bring My Lovin' Back to Me is the name of the tune. Johnny G here on a Thursday afternoon. I have no sound from my system, so I'm going by. I got my phone on in the back, but it's a little bit off. It's like it is delayed by a number of seconds. So I would be listening to that. But that was a good idea. Whoever recommended that. At least I have something to hear how I sound. But so I have a bunch of amps I could set up, but I don't know where my headphones are. I would plug the headphones into the mixer, but I am going ad hoc here. So anyway, so if my levels are a little bit off, I'm trying to watch there. But anyway, let us continue here. We are in 1952. Now, this group originally from Richmond, Virginia, they signed a 5-year contract with Ivan Ballin's Gotham Records out of Philadelphia, PA. They had about 20 releases on the label. Let's give a listen to their 7th release. Now, this group included Lonnie Smith, second tenor, Joseph Williams, baritone, Clarence Ross, a bass, and the lead singer on this, Tommy Johnson. Collectively, they were known as the Harmonizing Four. Now, this tune written by the baritone of the group, Joseph Williams. This is from 1952. I'm going to send this one out to Gordy Freeman, Bill Olb in our YouTube chat. Well, Bill's not in the chat, but Gordy's in the chat. And this is on the Gotham label. And I asked Bill if he had some information on this. He really didn't know this tune. But let's give it a spin here. Well, actually, we're going to send it also out to Jack Saperstein. Thank you, Jack. This is the Harmonizing Four, 1952 on the Gotham label. This is the intended A-side. It's called May the Good Lord Bless and Keep You, the Harmonizing Four.
May the good Lord bless and keep you where far away. May you find that long awaited golden day today. May your troubles all be small ones, and your fortune 10 times 10. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May you walk with sunlight shining and a bluebird in every tree. May thou be a silver lining back of every cloud you see. Fill your dream with sweet tomorrow. Never mind what might have been. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet. Till we
There you go. That is Those are the Tommy Johnson and the Harmonizing Four. That is not on a 45. That is only on a 78, 1952, on Ivan Ballin's Gotham Records. The Harmonizing Four with May the Good Lord Bless and Keep You. We'll send that one out to Gordy Freeman, Bill Olb, and Jack Saperstein. Bill Olb is preparing for his gospel special. Will be here on a Thursday afternoon. We haven't set the date. I'm going to speak to Bill this evening, and we'll talk about it here. But Bill Olb will be here at the JohnnyG's studios with the gospel special, so stay tuned for that. We will be promoting it, and you'll see it. You'll hear about it on the upcoming shows. Let us continue here. One more out of the year 1952, another flip side from the last 78 show, featured this blues singer from Atlanta, Georgia, Melvin Evans, and played his only release that came out on Sid Nathan's Savoy label. Not Sid Nathan's, Herman Lubinsky's Savoy label. Why'd I put that? Charlene, I messed that up. That should be Herman Lubinsky's Savoy label. It was called Little Girl Ride On. It was a song he co-wrote with Calvin Evans, who I'm guessing is a family member, probably his brother, but who knows. Now, both sides of the disc were recorded January 25th, 1952 in the Atlanta, Georgia studios. Now, this is the flip side from the last 78 show, and this is the intended A-side from January 52. His name is Melvin Evans. Melvin Evans on Savoy Blues here on the Vinyltreasure show. It's called Draftin' Blues. Melvin Evans.
Where the war has started, I'm gonna that sunny road. Where the war has started, I'm gonna that sunny road. Well, Uncle Sam is drafting, and he calling his fighting Lord. Well, Uncle Sam ain't no woman, but he sure can take a man. Well, Uncle Sam ain't no woman, but he sure can take a man. Well, Uncle Sam need me, and he calling every man. I'll be coming back home.
We got the blues here on a Thursday afternoon. Melvin Evans there. He's got the Draftin' Blues from January 1952, Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records. Draftin' Blues is the name of the tune. Let's move into 1953 now with another flip side from the last 78 show. Actually, this is a request for listener Mnon. Featured this group from Harlem, New York. They were called the Checkers, and their sixth release on Sid Nathan's King label, called Without a Song, featured the bass lead of Bill Brown. He's also doing lead on the flip. Now, both the songs were two old standards. Now, this one recorded September 26th of 1953 with Bill Brown on lead. And we go to October 53, the Checkers on King, their rendition of the tune White Cliffs of Dover.
There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover tomorrow. Just you wait and see. Well, there'll be love and laughter and peace there and ever tomorrow when the world is free. The shepherd will tend his sheep, the valley will bloom again, and Johnny will go to sleep in his own little room again. Will there be blue over the white cliffs of Dover tomorrow? Just wait and see. Of Dover tomorrow, just you wait and see. Just you wait and see.
There you go, the sound of the Checkers there. The Checkers from October 1953, Sid Nathan's King record label. That's the bass lead of Bill Brown. Of course, he was previously with the Dominoes. Then he left to form the Checkers, their rendition of the tune White Cliffs of Dover. That's their sixth release on the King record label. Now, the other voice you hear, I think it's Little David Bawn, is I think the other voice that you hear on that single. We'll also send that one out to Bill Schmaltz. He likes that tune. Let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show. We are in the 1953 block. This is the debut single for this singer from Newark, New Jersey. He would later become the prolific lead of the Four Seasons. Yes, the Four Seasons, but here he is with his debut single. Came out on the New York City-based Corona label. He was 19 years old when he recorded this back in 1953. Now, the song was first recorded back in 1929 by George Jessel, a song from the musical Lucky Boy. This singer's real name was Francesco Stephen Castelluccio, but you know him as Frankie Valli. I have this on a 45 too, but a 78? You gotta be kidding me. This is from 1953. Give a listen to the debut single for Frankie Valli. V-A-L-L-E-Y is how he first spelt it. It's on Corona Records, his rendition of the tune My Mother's Eyes, a young Frankie Valli.
one bright and guiding light that taught me wrong from right. I found in my mother's eyes. Those baby tales she told, that road all paved with gold, I found in my mother's eyes. Just like a wandering sparrow, one lonely soul, I walk the straight and narrow to reach my goal. God's gift sent from above, oh, real unselfish love I found in my mother's eyes. If I should climb the highest tree, whose tears would come up to me? My mother's. And if I should drown in the deepest sea, whose tears would come down to me? My mother's. Now the whole world may call you a failure, yes, and grind you so small, but deep down in the heart of your mother, you're the best, yes, the best one of all. God's gift sent from above, a real unselfish love I found in my mother's eyes.
There you go. That's the debut single for Mr. Frankie Valli. 1953, came out on the Corona record label out of New York. His rendition of the tune My Mother's Eyes. I featured it not too long ago. Somebody requested the Soft Tones release of that. I forget who, but anyway, there you go. You know, 78 you don't often see on the Corona record label. Let's stay in the 1953 block. Let's go to Chicago, Illinois now. For the only release for this group on Al Benson's Parrot label, they recorded this at Universal Recording in Chicago in May of 1953. It's a comedy ensemble known as the Chocolatiers, accompanied by the Red Saunders Orchestra. Now, the song was originally an instrumental written by band leader Ben Pollock and his trumpeter at the time, Harry James, and they made this a comedy routine. This is from July of 1953, the Chocolatiers on Parrot Records. The song is called Peckin', P-E-C-K-I-N. Peckin', the Chocolatiers.
Peckin'! Peckin'! The good old days, we introduced a new dance craze. We call it packing, and now it's time to take it off the assembly line. Packing!
If you peck it once, you're gonna peck it some more.
And now you peck it to the front, to the side, to the back.
Oh, look at that fool. He's pecking on his back.
Oh, well, pecking to me is a lot of fun.
Oh, well, you a pecker one and we'll a pecker one.
Shall I peck it to the east or shall I peck it to the west?
Oh, well, pecker, till you pecker the best. Oh, well, okay. Oh, well, hey.
Oh, well, let's go.
We gonna peck up the floor. Peck it. And his fiddlers three really had a jamboree.
But Kingy couldn't keep himself in check, cause all his subjects started to peck. Pecking!
Poor Humpty Dumpty, he's set on the wall. Nobody knows what made him fall.
He leaned too far, crashed or wrecked. Poor Humpty Dumpty was trying to peck. Pecking!
That's moving his neck. That's it. Black Bottom, Charleston, Susie Q. Well, the rumba, the samba, and the Congo too.
I struck it, Walson and the Applejack don't mean a thing, cause pecking is back. Pecking! We don't want applause, we don't want cheers. Come on and peck with the chocolate tip. Pecking!
Pecker one.
Pecking!
There you go. That's the sound of the Chocolatiers from July 1953 on the Parrot record label. Kind of like a comedy routine there. Song entitled Peckin'. Johnny G pecking through these 78s. As we continue here for a Thursday afternoon, if you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Let us continue here. And we are in the year 1953, and we got the sound of the Charioteers again. They would leave Columbia in 1949, about the same time that Billy Williams left the group to form the Billy Williams Quartet. Now, they would record on 5 different labels over the next 7 years, and one of those labels was Chris Ford's Tuxedo label. And they ended up having 2 releases on the Tuxedo label, and I'm going to play both sides of their first. So I have both sides scheduled of this one. And this was booted on a 45. This never came out as an original 45, but they did boot it on a 45. But it only was available on a 78. Up first is the intended A side, a tune written by the label owner Chris Ford, and this is with the Johnny Sherman Orchestra, released in September of '53. The Charioteers on Tuxedo. It's called Thanks for Yesterday.
Millions of thanks in every way. Though I've lost you now, I convey somehow my thanks.
brought me sunshine, darling, dancing and romancing alone. Joy filled our hearts then, darling. Your love made me so strong, so thanks for yesterday and for your help along the way till we love again. I convey again my thanks. You brought me sunshine, darling, dancing and romancing along. Joy filled our hearts then, darling. Your love made me so strong, so thanks for yesterday and for your help along the way till we love again. I convey again my thanks.
There you go. That is the A side there from September 53. Excuse me, the Charioteers. It's on the Tuxedo record label, song entitled Thanks for Yesterday. Let's flip it over here. This side written by Jim Hornsby from, and let me just flip this over. There we go. Johnny G going solo with no sound here. I'm telling you, it's kind of weird doing the show like this. I can't hear what I'm playing. But anyway, the Charioteers, let's flip over. This is this is the B side here, September 53, the flip side of Thanks for Yesterday. The Charioteers with I'm a Stranger. This is on Tuxedo Records.
I'm a stranger, stranger in my own hometown.
I'm a stranger in my own hometown. Since the girl that I love turned me down, I wandered back to all the places that we used to know, but nothing's the same now, no matter where I go.
It's a lonesome old town since she's gone. Oh, so lonesome
now that I'm alone. So I guess I'll just pack up and go. No use to hang around, just a stranger in my own hometown.
I'm all alone 'cause I'm a stranger, stranger in my own town. Since that gal that I love turned me down, my head's going round and round.
I wandered back to all the places that we used to know, but nothing's the same now.
Nothing's quite the same.
No matter where I go, it's a lonesome, lonesome old town. Since she's gone, lonesome old town. Oh, so lonesome, lonesome, now that I'm alone. Well, so I guess I'll just pack up and go. No use to hang around. I'm just a stranger, stranger in my home.
go. That's the B-side there, the Charioteers, the flip side of Thanks for Yesterday, September 53 release. I'm a Stranger. That's on Chris Ford's Tuxedo Records. Now, the label would be resurrected again in 1956 with releases by James Carter and the Sentimentals. Also, I think I have a 45 by Ann Nichols, I think, and somebody else, too, on that Tuxedo label. That's the same Sentimentals that recorded for the Mint label, too. You know, Sunday Kind of Love, I think, and others. But anyway, Johnny G babbling on here. We have one more from the year 1953. I know many of you are familiar with this influential boogie-woogie pianist, singer, and band leader. First recording for Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin label back in 1945, had 50 releases on the Atlantic label, so leave a lot of space in your box for him. But this is his 35th release, and 19 of those 50 releases charted on the Billboard R&B chart, and they made it up to number 9 or better, which is really good, you gotta say. This was his last big hit, though, scoring number 5 on the Billboard R&B chart. I'm going to send this one out to Record Hound, a.k.a. Darren, in our YouTube chat room. December 53, it's Amos Milburn and his Aladdin Chicken Shackers. This is on Aladdin Records. It's called Good Whiskey.
Yes, I love my baby more than life itself. My baby didn't love me. She left with someone else. Good whiskey. Good whiskey. Good whiskey. Helps to mend the broken heart. The day my baby left me without just one excuse, I didn't know what else to do, so I got a little juice on good whiskey. Good whiskey. Good whiskey helps to mend a broken heart. I tried a little beer, I tried a little wine, but it took something stronger to change these blues of mine. So I got some good whiskey. Good whiskey. Good whiskey helps to mend a broken heart. Yes, I talked to my baby. Man, I laid everything on the line. Begged her, please take me back and try me one more time. She said she didn't love me, and for me she had no use. So now my only love is London bottle juice, please. Good whiskey. Good whiskey. Good whiskey helps to mend a broken heart. Helps to mend a broken heart. Helps to mend a broken heart. Helps to mend a
There you go. That's the sound of Amos Milburn and his Aladdin Chicken Shackers there. That one there from December 1953. That was his last big hit on the Aladdin record label. Song entitled Good Good Whiskey is the name of the tune. I think that eventually was his demise, though, I think, unfortunately. Oh, the Copyright Police came out on that tune there. Interesting. As we continue, let's move into 1954. We go back to Harlem, New York for this next group, which included William Davis, baritone, Gerald Hamilton, bass, Mark Jackson, tenor, Harold Major, tenor, and the lead singer, Daniel Sonny Norton. Collectively, they were known as the Crows. They had 6 releases on George Gulner's Rama record label. Let's give a listen to their 4th release, and we'll send this one out to Bill Schmaltz in our YouTube chat room. I know he likes this tune. This was their 4th. They recorded it on February 10th of 1954, released in April. It's with the Ray Barrow Orchestra, and this is from April 54. The Crows on Rama Records. Their tune is called Untrue for Bill. That's the great sound of the Crows. The Crows on George Gulner's Rama Records, April 1954. That's Daniel Sonny Norton on lead. Their tune called Untrue. That was one of the ones I got with that Beatle trade, that LP. That came from Glenn Fausel's store stock there, and he was really upset. He said years later, he said, "Johnny, you got the better deal." I guess I did. I had all the 5 keys on Aladdin. It was I don't know. He was sorry he did the deal. But you know, a deal is a deal. As we continue here, Johnny G dealing my 78s. We are in the 1954 block. Let's go to Cincinnati, Ohio for this next group. They recorded for Sid Nathan's Deluxe Records. Now, the group included Roland Bradley, Richard Parker, Donald Peake, Joseph Penn, and the lead singer, Mr. Otis Williams, collectively known as the Charms. Now, this is the group's 7th release for Deluxe Records, written by Henry Stone and the lead singer, Otis Williams, from November 54. These are the Charms on Deluxe. It's called Two Hearts.
One heart is not enough, baby. Two hearts make you feel crazy. One kiss make you feel so nice. Two kisses put you in paradise. Two hearts, two kisses make one love. Two hearts beat as one did. Two arms make me know you care. I have plenty of loving. Your kiss is hotter than an oven. Two hearts, two kisses make one love. Loving you, baby, is my desire. I know that you can set this world afire. The little spark is burning deep inside. Love should be made by two hearts beat as one, dear. Two arms will make me know you care. I have plenty of loving. Your kiss is hotter than an oven. Two hearts, two kisses make one love. Loving you, baby, is my desire. I know that you can set this world afire. A little spark is burning deep inside. Love should be made by two. One heart is not enough, baby. Two hearts make everything crazy. One kiss will make you feel so nice. Two kisses put you in paradise. Two hearts, two kisses make one love. Two hearts, two kisses make one love.
There you go, hits. We'll say Tony Barcia says hits here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. Otis Williams and the Charms, November 1954 release. That's their 7th release on the Deluxe record label. Two Hearts is the name of the tune. We are in the year 1954, and I like this next tune. Also, Tony Barcia says this is his favorite tune, so we'll send this one out. Well, favorite tune by this gal from Essex County, New Jersey, born Fannie Tuell, but she would join Joe Morris's cavalcade as a vocalist as Faye Shrugs, her married name. Now, Morris would leave Atlantic Records and sign with Al Silver's Herald label, and Faye went with him, and with that move, she would change her name to Faye Adams. Her first big hit for the label was a song called Shake a Hand, but let's give a spin to her 3rd release. This tune written by William McLemore, who was the baritone sax player in Joe Morris's orchestra, who's providing the instrumentation. We're going to send this one out to Tony Barcia in our YouTube chat room, his favorite tune by Miss Faye Adams, February 54. I like this too, on the Herald record banner. The song is called Every Day for Tony.
so in love with you. Every day I know our love is dying. Oh, darling, can't you hear me crying? I'm so in love with you. Don't you believe me when I tell you that I've got all my trust in you? You knew it from the start. So darling, please don't break my heart every day. Must I wait here by myself? Oh, darling, there's nobody else. I'm so in love with you. Don't you believe me when I tell you that I've got all my trust in you? Yes, you knew it from the start. So darling, darling, please don't break my heart every day. Must I wait here by myself? Oh, darling, there's nobody else. I'm so in love with you. Until you come back to stay, I'll be waiting every day.
That's a great Faye Adams there, February 1954 release. We'll send that one out to Tony Barcia in our YouTube chat room. Every Day is the name of the tune. That one there on Al Silver's Herald record label. Johnny G here on a Thursday. Again, if you have a request, please send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. If you're new to the program, just finding out about it, tell your friends about this program. I don't do this show every week. I do it every other week. So I'll be back in 2 weeks with more 78s, but I'll be back on Saturday night beginning at 9 p.m. for 1950s and early 60s 45s as requested by you, the listeners. So tune in to see and hear Johnny G this coming Saturday as we continue here in the 1954 block. A flip side from last week's show featured this group originally from Washington, D.C. They recorded for Lillian Claiborne. They were known as the Earls, featured their release on Jack Bergman's Gem Records out of New York City, played the side Believe Me My Love. It featuring Paul Crawford on lead. Let's give a listen to the flip side here. And I have this on a 45 too, by the way. But I first had the 78. I didn't want to get rid of the 78, so I ended up keeping it. But I found this in the wild too for 10 cents, so you can't go wrong. July 54, the Earls on Gem Records. The song is called Spinnin', the Earls.
Love could ever bother me. Used to stay out late at night, don't care about wrong or right. But now I'm spinning and spinning, I feel like I had a fight. Well, I saw the sweetest girl walking down the street. The way she wiggled by, I knew she had me beat. She the time to play around no more. The way my baby treats me makes me walk the floor. She has me spinning and a spin, my head going round and round. Because the way she loves, I'll always be her
That's a rare one there by the Earls. July 1954 release on the Gem record label. Spinnin' is the name of the tune. Now, Roadhouse put out a single by them, I think, in 1973 called Love Tears, I think, as Paul Crawford and the Earls there from 1954. But that's a hard record either way to get. This was Spence that sold me a nice, and they played kind of rough. Well, I got a nice mint copy, let's put it that way, on the Earls, but a rare one on the Gem label. And we have one more from the year 1954. I'm going to send this one out to Tommy Albergo. He sent me a list of groups to feature. That is a good idea, Tommy. Groups to feature here on the 78 show, because I don't have every... Now, this one, I wish I had it on a 45, so that's why I'm playing my 78 of this as we go to Chicago for the great sound of the Flamingos. First recording for Art Sheridan's Chance record label, but in the summer of 54, they switched to Al Benson's Parrot label, and they had their first session for Parrot in July of 1954. Now, let's give a listen to the group's second release on the Parrot label. Now, it features Solly McElroy on lead. We're going to send this one out to listener Tommy Albergo from December 54. The Flamingos on Parrot, and their tune called I Really Don't Want to Know. This is for Tommy.
How many arms have held you and hated to let you go? How many I wonder, but I really don't want to know. How many lips have kissed you and sent your soul aglow? How many but I really don't want to know. So always make me wonder. Don't always make me guess.
That's the great sound of the Flamingos there. Solly McElroy on lead. That one there by request for listener Tommy Albergo, December 54. The Flamingos on Parrot, I Really Don't Want to Know is the name of the tune. I remember that Spence sold me that. He sold me some pricey 78s that I didn't have on 45. The Kingsman was the other one on Club 51. I don't have the single for that. Had a chance to buy Dave Antrell's copy, but it had an edge warp to it. I told Kevin, I says, Kevin, you want too much money for that with the edge warp. And he didn't want to go down with the price. So I said, well, I'm not taking it. So I stuck with the mid-78. Johnny G babbling on here. Let's move into 1955 now. Fill a request for Casey Hines in Paris, this group that formed at Inglewood High School in Chicago. They took their name from an automobile called the Cadillac Eldorado. They signed with Vivian Carter's VJ Records in 1954, had 11 releases between September 54 and July 57. Let's give a listen to their fifth release. Now, this is the follow-up to the group's biggest hit, which was a tune called At My Front Door. Now, this tune, written by Leon Arnold, he was a member of the Ripcords that recorded for the Apco record label, and also written by Chicago songwriter-producer Ted Daniels. It features the lead of Perkle Lee Moses. This is with Al Smith and the orchestra. This is from November 55 for Casey Hines, the Eldorados on VJ. It's called I'll Be Forever Loving You, the Eldorados.
Is it yes or is it no? Should I stay and be happy, dear, or should I go? If this is so, I'll be forever loving you. Does your heart beat like mine? Don't you sometimes think that you've had too much wine? If this is so, I'll be forever loving you. When you're near, everything is so sweet. When you're gone, I feel like I'm in need. When you smile, I feel so gay. Oh, is it yes or is it no? Should I stay and be happy, dear, or should I go? If this is so, I'll be forever loving you. When you're near, everything is so sweet. When you're gone, I feel like I'm in need. When you smile, I feel so gay. Oh, is it yes or is it no? Do you love me, dear, or won't you tell me so? If this is so, I'll be forever loving you.
There you go, the sound of the Eldorados. Eldorados from November 55 on the VJ record label. Perkle Lee Moses on lead there. That is a follow-up to At My Front Door. I'll Be Forever Loving You is the name of the tune. Let us continue here in 1955 for this next group. Had a very unusual beginning. The group formed while incarcerated at the Tennessee State Penitentiary, led by member Johnny Bragg. They were called the Prisonaires, but they were allowed to record at Sam Phillips' Son label, Sam Phillips' Son label, which released 4 singles, with their debut single, which was called Just Walkin' in the Rain. Now, after their third Son release, several members were paroled, so Bragg formed a new group and called them the Sunbeams, which included Bragg, Hal Hebb. Now, Hal Hebb was the Bobby Hebb's brother. Bobby Hebb, of course, had a big hit in 1966 with the tune Sunny, but other members, Al Brooks, Willie Wilson, and Henry Dishrag Jones. They would leave Sun Records to record for Ernie Young's Excello label, and in the meantime, they would change their name from the Sunbeams to the Marigolds. They had 4 releases on the label. Let's give a listen to their second. It features Johnny Bragg on lead from July 55. The Marigolds on Excello. The song is called Two Strangers.
They were just two strangers strolling town along the street, when suddenly by chance they happened to meet. They were just two victims from a broken love affair. Two lonely people with a love no one would share. Were down and their hearts were filled with gloom, till their eyes met and the flower of joy burst into bloom. Now these same two strangers live just down the way. They once were strangers, but now lovers today.
There you go with Johnny Bragg and the Marigolds from July 55. Ernie Young's Excello record label. That's their second release on the Excello label. Two Strangers is the name of the tune. 4 more 78s to go here as we are in the 1955 block. We go to the Bronx, New York for this great girl group sound. These gals had 5 releases on Sol Rabinowitz's Baton record label. They were managed by Zell Sanders. Now the group included Florestine Barnes, Hazel Crutchfield, Louise Harris, and Joyce West, collectively known as the Hearts. This was their follow-up to their debut single, Lonely Nights. It features Joyce West on lead. This tune written by Henry Glover, originally for Bull Moose Jackson and his Buffalo Bearcats, that did this originally back in 1948 for the King record label. Let's give a listen to this rendition from May 55. The Hearts on Baton, their rendition of the tune All My Love Belongs to You, the Hearts. The great sound of the Hearts there, May 1955 release. That's Joyce West on lead. Their rendition of the tune All My Love Belongs to You. That one there on the Baton record label. Let's move into 1956 with another flip side from the last 78 show. I played the flips. Wait, what did I say here? I played the 45 of this in January on the Saturday night show, but it sounds so cool on a 78. Okay. And on the last show featured the ballad of this by the Drifters called Soldier of Fortune with the great Johnny Moore on lead. He's also doing lead on the flip side. Now, both sides were recorded on June 21st of 1956, released in July. This side reached number 11 on the Billboard R&B chart, although Wynn's disc jockey Alan Freed played Soldier of Fortune. This tune written by Jesse Stone from July of 1956, their 10th release on the Atlantic label. These are the Drifters with, excuse me, I Gotta Get Myself a Woman. The Drifters. We'll send it out to Julian McCroy.
I got to get myself a woman.
Somewhere, somehow. I need companionship, and I need it right now.
I got to get myself a woman.
Before I die. I see so many fine young things, but they are passing me by. A man needs to live a settled life with a loving and a working wife. Well, it don't matter if she's young or old, if she knows to do the things she's told and stay here beside me night and day, so nobody steals her heart away. I know what I really need so much is that loving touch.
I gotta get myself a woman.
Whoa, I'm all alone. Please hurry, let me find someone that I can call my own. If she's short or tall, or she's built up like a concrete wall, just so she knows how to wash and cook. I don't give a kitty just how she look. I don't care whatever she knows best. If she suits me, she can drop the rest. That important thing I am thinking of is a lot of love.
I gotta get myself a woman.
Well, I'm all alone. Please hurry, let me find someone I can call my own.
There you go, the sound of the Drifters there. Johnny Moore and the Drifters, July 56 release on the Atlantic record banner, I Gotta Get Myself a Woman. We'll send that one out to Julia McCroy in our YouTube chat room. 2 more 78s to go before we sign off here for a Thursday afternoon. This is a flip side from the last show. This singer born in Kansas City, Missouri, talking about Joe Turner, signed with Atlantic Records in 1951, had 24 releases through 1960. It featured his 13th release from March of 56 called Corina Corina. And this is the flip side here. This tune written by Doc Pomus and Reginald Ashby. It features Van Piano Man Walls on piano. We're going to send this one out to Record Hound, a.k.a. Darren, in our YouTube chat room. March 56, Joe Turner, the flip side of Corina Corina. It's called Boogie Woogie Country Girl for Darren.
She wear low shoes, dungaree, red jacket, shirt. If you please, mom, boogie woogie, boogie woogie, boogie woogie country girl. What I mean, mom, boogie woogie country girl. Now you dig that music with a beat rockin' rollin'. Is the meat, mom, boogie woogie, boogie woogie, boogie woogie country girl. What I mean, mom, boogie woogie country girl. On Saturday night she comes down, play the jukebox and let the hair on down. My boogie woogie, boogie woogie, boogie woogie country girl. What I mean, my boogie woogie country girl. And a roll. Cherry, she can milk a cow. Don't like squares, cause daddy taught her how. Boogie woogie, boogie woogie, boogie woogie country girl. What I mean, my boogie woogie country girl. She's up every morning about 5:30. She lets you go fishing cause it keeps you alive. My boogie woogie, boogie woogie, boogie woogie country girl. Well, I mean, my boogie woogie country girl. Hang around, dig my baby, cause she really goes down. My boogie woogie, boogie woogie, boogie woogie country girl. Well, you dig what I mean, my boogie woogie country girl. Yeah, swing it, band. I like a good rockin' band. Yeah, my knees start to knockin', and I love to start to rockin'. Yeah, my boogie, boogie
country girl, early in the morning. Hey, turn me on. Hold me in your arms. Oh, country girl. Go ahead, man.
Johnny G going ad hoc here. I can't hear one thing, folks, so I've been doing this blind. So hopefully I'm doing okay. It's like I'm just talking to myself here. I don't hear anything. There you go. That going out to Record Hound, a.k.a. Darren, in our YouTube chat room. That's the sound of Joe Turner, March 1956, on the Atlantic record banner Boogie Woogie Country Girl. The flip side of Corina Corina. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G on this 78 day. Every other Thursday, Johnny G features the 78s here on YouTube. Hopefully you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you have not done so, please do that. Tell your friends about this program here. And it is both an educational and entertaining program here. I try to give a spin on my collecting my collecting journey and a little bit about the groups and whatnot. I think it's good to, I don't think, just sitting here and playing records is kind of like defeating, I think. I think it's always great to give some information. I mean, that's what I've been doing since 2005. So thank you all for being here again. I will be back on Saturday beginning at 9 p.m. for the Vinyl 50s and early 60s edition. So get your requests in to me. You can email me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. If I have the 45, I'll feature it. If I don't, well, you're going to be out of luck, but it's got to fit the format of the program, so don't request, Born Too Late by the Ponytails, because that's just not going to cut it. But anyway, so thank you all for being here, and I'm going to work on getting this new amp fixed. I got a couple others here in the house. We're going to set it up. But our closer this afternoon with this blues number by this unknown gal by the name of Katie Watkins. She first recorded this at least I should say, first came out on John Von Battle's Variety label. It would get picked up by Checker, I guess, for the national distribution. The tune written by band leader Sax Carey, plus he's providing the instrumentation with his band. And we're going to send this one out to listener Dennis Fluharty. He likes the blues tunes, as many of you do. From December 57, our closer by Katie Watkins. I have it on Checker Records. It's called Trying to Get You Off My Mind. That is our closer for this afternoon. Again, thank you all for being here. If you missed any of the program, it'll be up momentarily. It should be there. The chat will not be there. It'll probably be there in a couple hours, so you can go back and read the chat. But I had some copyright police there, but okay, they didn't shut me down like they did last night. So thank you all again, and I will see you next time right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long. Here we go.
Night days that I've been thinking, I've been trying to get you off my mind. I've been trying